to steal some art. Hey, Fox, how could you do this to me? Hey, Fox. Oh, I forgot. Microsoft don't own Bungie. It's you fools and Sony.
Hey there, gamers. Dreamcast here. And today we're going to talk about PlayStation because
really?
I think it's time to have that tough discussion about how buying Bungie for $3.5 billion, I think it was a massive mistake.
Well,
and now
there
it's
you
time
go.
to say
it just goes to show you that Sony don't know how to manage their studios, man. It's so funny that you're not sitting there telling people that PlayStation is dead, even though every time we hear about this company, there's always something bad happening to them. You know, we went from stealing artwork, the game's going to potentially fail, and yet for some reason you want people to still keep faith in Sony.
I feel like a lot of people are kind of afraid to discuss, which is how they need to cancel Marathon.
Now you want the game canceled all because they stole some artwork? Is that what it is? I thought you booty like our game. I forgot you're too busy playing Roblox, Fortnite, and Call of Duty. You don't care about our games, man. The PS5 ain't nothing but an Xbox Series PS4 as I'm concerned without Game Pass Ultimate. Those are the games that you want to play. You don't want to make the games funded and made by Sony. I know it is. It really hurt my heart, man. Let me tell you, because I want to see Sony come and kill Sony. But we can't get them no more because, unfortunately, the PlayStation fanboy community keeps putting a resistance as to what's going on here. Because they know the type of games they want to play. That's why they're looking for the Gears of War Ultimate. Reloaded.
Point, I'm sure Bungie has probably cost hundreds of millions of dollars of development on this project, but this weekend, a bunch of leaks are coming out that apparently Bungie internally is just dead. If you're trying to save the studio, if you want to even recoup part of that billions of dollars you spent on it, wow. I think it's time to say Marathon has to die. But let's take a look at the leaks.
What about PlayStation? Because it seems like they can't do anything right, man. At this point, all PlayStation ain't nothing but a dummy terminal where you go there to support it, to play third-party and Xbox games, man. Stop the exclusive argument. Because as much as you people want to keep bragging about it, ain't nobody care about playing your exclusive games, man. You guys have been exposed. That's why Astro bought at 1 point. Oh, but it's at 3 now because we put it in the Astro bundle. Like, what's wrong with these individuals, man? Just admit that PlayStation 5, this is by far the worst that I've ever seen Sony throughout the gaming generation. I would go as far to say that this is even far worse than what we got with the PS3, man. Because at least the PS3 had games that we could play. But, man, Sony ain't really offering anything. And when they do, you ponies don't want to play it, right?
Bungie is still hopefully useful in a way, but this current trend of live service stuff that Sony has been attempting, it has to die now.
Well, that's funny because that's the only reason why Helldivers 2 and Gran Turismo 7, which happened to be one of PlayStation's most successful games, in its live service. It just shows you that PlayStation can't do anything. It's not even about the live service. It has a lot to do with the AAA gaming development. You get what I'm saying? Why do you think Sony is so scared to gamble their money away and make it a AAA game? Ding, 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 ding. Good answer, Carl, because not enough people are going to buy it. Okay, they're not going to make enough money. Look no further than Final Fantasy 16 and Rebirth, which happened to be exclusive at your platform at the time. And look what happened. Those games only sold 2 to 3 million? That wasn't enough for Square to make money on the budget of what they actually invested in the game. And what's even more crazy, they got another episode coming. And I'm telling you, all those games are coming to Xbox. It's multiplayer. Square will never go back to making games exclusively for Sony ever again after what happened. What you people don't understand, man? Gaming is changing, bro. The same people that used to game, you gotta remember, bro. Oh, but we used to pick up a PS1 for Final. Yeah, but that was 30 years ago? You guys act like nothing changed. You guys act like, oh yeah, the same games that was popular 30 years ago will still continue to be popular now. You're not Pokemon. You know what, matter of fact, you're not Nintendo. Okay? Cut the cap, and even Nintendo had problems. That's why they had to remove the home console in favor of their portable gaming division, because that's where they've always been successful in. Like, if you guys can't see that this is a fundamental problem within our own gaming community because you guys want to continue to still console war, this goes to show you that you're not here for the gaming movement. You're here for your own agendas. And I'm sitting there telling you right now that none of these companies care about it.
I hope you're having a great day. And if you could, please give this 12 live service games in mind. Some of them were actually
This is
released.
embarrassing, man.
Some of them have actually even been popular. Stuff like Gran Turismo 7, Helldivers 2, those have been incredibly popular, but look at the amount of misses they have. This is crazy.
And they got fair games coming out, man. They might as well cancel everything. Look at this. This is embarrassing, man. Are you serious? Look at all these canceled games.
Court, gone. Last of Us Online, gone. Twisted Metal, gone. Spider-Man The Great Web, of which that was so complete, there's actually leaked trailers of it with full voice acting. It was going to be a games as a service Spider-Man game. Canceled. Now, apparently, a big reason of why they bought Bungie is they wanted to have somebody in the room that could kind of say,
look at that, man. That is the face of defeat, man. Look at this, man. He knows Sony ain't... They can't get it together, bro. Nobody cares about your console for your games. And this is what I've been telling you. Games still with another W. How many times did I tell you guys that this would be a fundamental problem if you so-called PlayStation fanboys ain't buying your games for your console? I said that. A lot of people know that I was one of the first individuals that told people that PlayStation owners should buy their exclusives. But no, what do you guys buy instead? Third party and now Xbox games. And now y'all want to act like, we stole. What games? What are you talking about stole? You're acting as if Xbox gamers don't have access to the game. They still can play the game. If anything, they're getting the benefits of getting games like Gears of War Reloaded for free. Well, you have to pay for a game that is a 20-year-old remaster and remake, and you guys want to parade like, oh, we got a victory. What victory are you getting? Explain to me. You're paying for the same games that Xbox Game Pass players are playing through one subscription service, but yet you guys say you're winning. Why? Like, explain to me where you guys are winning, because as far as I'm concerned, all I hear is that you sound like a bunch of losers.
I actually applied to be in the alpha. I didn't get selected, but...
Oh, yeah, of course, because there you go. Well, so much for being a PlayStation fanboy, right? I mean, with all the damage control you do for this company, they can't even send you a free beta or alpha access to this game that you're potentially not looking forward to playing anyway. Oh, well, there you go. That's why I don't know why you guys are fanboys. You're not even getting free things from these companies, but yet for some reason you still continue to shill for them, which is crazy.
I did want to have a chance to actually play this game because I have been cautiously optimistic. I do love first-person shooters. I'm not really into extraction shooters, but I've always been a big believer in that the best games explain why you should love the genre. I wasn't really into roguelikes or that. The goal is to hunt other players. Extraction shooters are always based on this idea of trying to go around the map and it has a permadeath. You can evac after a certain amount of time. So you're trying to go in, do quests, collect materials, and kill some basic bots. But the real reward is killing other players and evacing with their weapons. When they die, they permanently lose their gear. You can take their weapons, their upgrades, their scopes, their pieces. That's the exciting part of it.
It ain't Halo,
a lot of people have said,
I don't care what it ain't Halo, bro. This ain't even gonna be better than Halo Infinite, man. That just goes to show you that Sony is so bad at multiplayer games that they have been surpassed by Nintendo. You still got people playing the old Halo Combat Evolved, bro. This game is gonna be dead. Nobody's gonna cherish it. Nobody's gonna remember what this game's about. And it is what it is, bro. I don't care if it's made by the same people that did Halo back in the days. As far as I'm concerned, nobody's looking forward to playing this game.
This combat is tight. The aiming is, of course, Bungie is sort of the king of really, really, really good sniping and stuff. But a lot of people are like, okay, why is this called Marathon? Marathon is an actual universe already. It has bots. It's got cool tech. It's got great lore already. Why are we fully abandoning that to be on a random planet in the Marathon universe? It just doesn't make sense. And a lot of people have said, okay, just be permadeathing into maps all day. And it seems like the devs are just like, bro, we just don't care. So at Friday on 3 p.m., they did a public apology. They did a live stream on Friday. that was incredibly bleak. The directors.
I mean, you got this dude looking like the guy from Sunground Studios, man, out here crying, we stole from you, man. We was trying to borrow your artwork for the alpha. You know, we needed any redeeming quality just so we can push out this trash game to y'all, man. I'm sorry, man. It's me, Mr. I mean, what is this? They got the guy from Sunground Studios, or should I say Sunchip? What is it? Sunchip Studios?
Developers, they came on camera. They obviously had not slept, and they read this pre-programmed apology.
Look at that. Look how disappointed they are, man. You can tell they're just upset at the fact that they got caught, bro. Crazy, bro. Cancel the game.
Stole all the art. We're trying to pay the artists we stole from, but we have big plans for the road ahead. Everybody thought that
they stole.
Was basically like,
now they're trying to pay the man.
Coming out. Here's some new details. Wow. Here's a tease of the next map, and obviously instead things were not so good.
Bro, look at this dude's eyes, man. Does this look like developers that are happy working on the game that they're doing? You have Sony force these people like, hey man, you made a successful Halo in a Bungie. I mean, and Destiny. You know, can you do it again? Can you do it again? And look at that. They can't do it again. You know, I think Destiny was like their last farewell game, which is even more crazy because let's just be honest, Destiny ain't nothing but Halo in an MMORPG form. That's exactly what it is, bro. They're out of ideas. You had, they're like, you know what, let's go as far back with Marathon. But even then, they scrapped it. They could have used a lot of interesting ideas from the original game, but no, they rather scrap it, do this cookie cutter garbage that they're throwing out for y'all on PlayStation as well as Xbox and PC, probably Switch too even. And nobody wants to play this, bro. Nobody's looking forward to this game. I mean, I know it's easier for people to say, oh, just cancel the game, but the game is practically finished. You might as well just drop it and see what happens at this point.
Now, here's the weird part. Obviously, with any game today, you invest a ton in marketing. Marketing is such a big part of games now. It's unfortunate.
No, it's not.
I mean, let's face it.
No, it's not, because most of the most popular games are not marketed. I've never seen a PUBG commercial. I barely even see Fortnite commercials. What are you talking about? I mean, I'm not saying they don't promote the games here and there, but there's a lot of popular games that don't really get promoted, and yet they're still very popular. So I don't get that. Like, what are you talking about? Black Myth Wukong wasn't really very well advertised, and people still went out there and bought it. I'm just saying, man. I think, like I said, if you make games people want to play, they will play it. The end.
If you're spending $100 billion on your game, a lot of times you want to spend an extra $100 billion making sure people know about it, so they're hyped about it. So they're
and guess what? It's stupid, because you know why? Nobody cares. Unless your game is Call of Duty, where most people already know about the game anyway, then this doesn't really matter.
To tweet and post clips and stuff like that. There was about to be a big marketing blitz starting in June. Now, not a giant surprise. We're about to have Summer Games Fest. This is typically when we get that E3 time. I mean, that have had a chance to play the new Last of Online said it was actually fantastic. They said it was absolutely superb, but they just didn't think it would live for years and years and years.
Yeah, well, they could have just made the game for, see? And this is why I feel that PlayStation could have worked with the Game Pass strategy. You see what I'm saying? This is where Game Pass for PlayStation would have been successful. Like you said, they would have been able to still make money off it through the in-game store, which is probably more likely correct, right? But they could have made the money through the subscription. There's no reason for why these games got canceled, considering that you pay for PlayStation Plus and Premium. The fact that we pay to be able to get access to these games is more of a reason, because they're online games for PlayStation, right? We have to pay for them. Now, maybe not in regards to PC, but for console, this definitely would have worked, Last of Us Online. But maybe Sony needed to do multiplat, and maybe that's the reason why these games got canceled. Maybe that's why. Maybe because they didn't want to put Last of Us Online on Xbox, and that probably caused a lot of these cancellations. Because think about it, PC gamers ain't paying for your game online. They're not going to pay to play your game online. They get free online. Do you get what I'm saying? They could have worked something with Microsoft, probably got a good share, a good cut out of it, and guess what? These games probably would have stayed afloat.
The problem with live service is that it's not.
See, the problem is the fact that even if these games existed, they're still getting that $10, $15 a month from people playing Call of Duty. These games got canceled in favor of the games that you guys have already playing. You get what I'm saying? Think about it. If all these games came out, does anything really change for PlayStation? Yeah, PlayStation fans would be happy, but think about what I'm saying right now. But would that stop people from paying to play Call of Duty Online? No. So they're essentially, Sony's like, hold on, we're wasting all this money in our ecosystem, and we're still going to get the same money. That's why Sony has an emphasis of selling you the game, because they know that people that subscribe to PlayStation Plus, they're not playing any of these games. That's really the diehard gamer. You get what I mean? Because they're still going to get the same amount of money. Think about what I'm saying. You work on a game for $400 or $500 million, and you're like, okay, these are good online games or whatever, right? These are good online games. Jimmy, what's up? We didn't really get any more concurrent members. What are you talking about? We got, all these good multiplayer games. Yeah, but we don't have a store. We don't know how to make money off the microtransactions, but it's a good online game and the gamers love it. But we're still making the same amount of money every year, even though we invested $400 or $500 million into this online game. Oh yeah, that's because of Call of Duty, right? Yeah, they mostly pay. They're paying online for those games. They're not paying online for these. Oh, so we might as well just cancel these because we're not benefiting in any way. Yeah, the gamer might be happy, but they're not benefiting. You guys get what I'm saying? This is why Sony tries to outsell you the game, right? This is why Microsoft has taken this live service and subscription approach and kind of rewrote everything. They're like, okay, we put $200-300 million, whatever, $50 million in this game. We'll even pay a third party to put the game on here, and we'll get the money reoccurring every single month. You get what I'm saying? This is how Microsoft's not losing money. This is why people's like, I don't know how they went from $2 trillion to $3 trillion, because they're doing stuff like that. They're essentially taking the money and recycling it while also taking that profit margin. Sony's not doing that. They're stupid. They're trying to put these big budget $400-500 million and then expect people to buy it. That's not going to work no more, bro. Especially with free-to-plays now that exist on your own platform.
It's about a launch. It's not just coming out and having good pre-orders and being able to have a cool story that gets people engaged and makes people want to draw fan art and cosplay it. It's about all the theft, with all the controversy, with all the funny business.
No, there's no reason for them to cancel the game. There's no reason, because at this point, the game is already finished. Let the game come out. We all laugh at it because we know it's going to fail. I mean, they might as well cancel fair games. Sony's done, bro. The fact that Nintendo has way more online games than you is absolutely pathetic to me. That is crazy that Nintendo and Microsoft all have good online offerings, and PlayStation, you get none. Because nobody wants to play it. This is why I told you to put the value of PlayStation back into the games that you play. But no, like I've said, just like what Phil told you before, everything's in Xbox. Your PS5 ain't nothing but an Xbox, because all you're going to do is play Xbox games online, giving Microsoft your money like a bunch of damn dummies. Oh, we love PlayStation games. You love them so much. That's why Sony canceled them, because they know you're not going to support them. That's why they canceled it. So you can say whatever you want about Xbox gamers, but they buy and they support the things that Microsoft wants them to support. You can disagree with Game Pass all you want, but as long as you want it, Microsoft is happy with you. PlayStation, they want you to buy the game. They don't have a game where they can continue to make reoccurring money off you, because that's not their strategy. See, Nintendo, they got it. They can sell you the game on top of selling the membership to you for you to play Mario Kart and Smash Bros. Nintendo's getting you both ways. Do you get what I'm saying? So this is kind of where gaming is. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video. And like I said, we're going to finish it on this note, 1 minute. Marathon, while I'm inside my phone, we stole some art.